inspired to do this video because it's been a really long time. I did a video about 9 years ago on this, but I got inspired because a client had talked to me about it, and I have to be honest, out of every single thing that I do, the one thing that I don't practice what I preach is stretching. I'm not a fan of stretching before you work out because you don't want loose muscles, you want warm ones. I'm a fan of stretching after a workout or at night before you go to bed. So I'm gonna go over some real basic ones. And then I will say this, there are a lot of benefits to what's called PNF stretching, which is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. And basically what that means is somebody assisting you in getting a deeper stretch. So let's say, for example, you're doing a hamstring, and I don't have anybody to do this because my husband's the one doing the video for me. But let's just say if you're doing a hamstring stretch, which I'm gonna show you, you actively push up against them, and then you release, and then they push back. And then they push even more, so you can go even further. So that, and I'll kind of go through that. All right, so I am back. We have a dog. He was upstairs, so my husband had to go get him. But you might hear him barking in the background, but please mind that. So what I'm going to do is go over some real basic ones. So typical tight muscles are like the hip flexors, the quads, the hamstrings, the lower back, even sometimes the chest on men and women, shoulders, and I'll go over like biceps and triceps. So I personally really like a lower back stretch where you just sit down and wrap your hands around and pull down. So you really have to like pull on that, okay? That's getting a lower back stretch. If you have somebody, you could do the exact same thing when you lay on the floor and then they kind of just push your legs down, okay? Lower back stretch, just going from side to side, would be coming across. You will feel this a little bit in the glutes. So pulling across, and sometimes people will pop. So another thing that you can do again with that whole PNF stretch is they are holding you here, you push this way, and then they release. It's like a 5-second hold, and then they're able to push you even more, okay? Totally feel that on that side. Now, a good hip flexor stretch, and you can kind of get a couple out of this, is quad and hip flexor, is you just stand like this, and if you have the flexibility to grab on to the back of your leg, you get a quad stretch. If you don't, all you do is lean into it. And now I feel, and I'll show you on this side so you can see it, I feel it pulling down like this. Okay, you could also, if you have a very high table, you can lay off the edge of the table, like putting your butt at the edge and then just hang, and you could stretch both of them at the same time. So getting back to the quad stretch, you could just be like this and pull in. Again, if you have somebody, you push away from them and then you relax, and then, I mean, you can even do this one on your own. Now, I have super tight hamstrings, so what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use my band to help me. So, I'm gonna use this leg. So, if I can't reach all the way up here, which I personally right now cannot, I'm gonna wrap my band around my foot, try to lay down like with your legs straight, and I'm gonna pull up. And this is as far as I can go. Okay, now this would be a good one if you had somebody to help you, because you would push against them and then pull even more. And that's pulling right over here, okay? So we got hip flexors, quads, hamstrings, calves, super simple. So there's 2 ways to do it. You could do it with straight leg, and then you could do it with bent leg, because it works 2 different areas of the calves. So here or like this, okay? Chest stretch. So I'm just gonna push this back a little bit. Basic chest stretch would be to come across here. You might, again, feel it a little bit in the shoulders, but it's meant for a chest stretch. If you want to, you could also just lay back on a ball. That will kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Well, 3. So you'll get a stretch of the abs, shoulders, and chest, and just lay here. This is a fantastic stretch, really super relaxing. Okay, shoulders, back of the shoulders, rear delts, you pull across like this, okay, and then you can pull across like this. All of these stretches, you want to do a few sets, hold 5 to 8 seconds. So if you do the PNF stretch, that is like a 3-second push and then a release, and you can do that 1 to 2 times. Just doing the regular stretch, you can hold these stretches for 5 to 10 seconds. And you want to go through them, like you could be stretching for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, and then you'll feel much more relaxed. A bicep stretch would be to come across like this. You could do it with both hands like this, but not everybody has that flexibility, so you do one hand at a time. And then a tricep stretch is going to be coming behind here and pulling this way. So upper back, okay? This is a good upper back stretch. You take your palm like this, grab onto something, and then sit in it and just let it pull down. So I'll show you this side so you can see. So it's pulling down. So sit in and pull. And I did not show a glute stretch. Okay. So glute stretch would be to sit like this and come across and push down. You could do it even sitting on a bench. So if you can't do it on the floor, and then just push down, and you'll feel right over here. Okay. So I hope you guys like this. I definitely am going to start doing it. I feel like this client really motivated me to start doing my stretches more often. If you need assistance, a towel or using one of the X bands is totally fine. If you have somebody to help you, highly recommend every now and then asking them to support you through that. And I hope this stuff helps.